Welcome to another video. I have a really interesting setup that I really like. Definitely smash that like button if you are enjoying this content. I have been showing you some really good plays as of lately. I have a stock that is trading just around 30 cents or just over that with no dilution or debt, that actually plans to start selling their electric boats, which will start generating revenue that is expected. They're expected to start the sales this quarter. A tiny $6 million company that has over $16.5 million in cash. I think this is at least 10 million as of right now. Already secured a 100 unit $12 million boat order from one of the largest dealer networks in the United States, which has over 100 locations. Have a fully funded 60,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility to begin production in mid 2024, which is right now. And this is, they have the capability to produce 600 boats a year at this factory that is fully funded. It's an $8 million factory, I think, that is fully funded. Actually, says that they have the capability to produce 600 boats, but once they really get going, they actually say, I think they can do 1,000 units per year. Guys, this is one that I really like. Tiny $5 million market cap, and they have double that just with cash on hand. $15 million in assets with very minimal liabilities, only less than 300,000 or something like that. And something you have to realize is they haven't diluted a single share basically in the last year. So this is one that you have to watch very closely, as we are expecting some very big catalysts coming up soon. We have Stocks Gambino right here doing some really good research, found this play and caught my attention, and I really am liking this one. So basically, they do anticipate starting the sales of their electric boats in Q2, generating their first ever revenue from these boats and delivering to customers during this same time period. 22 months of cash and no dilution at all, trading just around 30 cents with a tiny 8 million share float, as half of the outstanding share count is currently locked up. And you can see on their balance sheet, keep in mind you always add 3 zeros to these numbers, but an amazing balance sheet. Basically, you can see they do have a very low cash burn rate, and they do have, as of right now, just around $10 million plus cash on hand, $15.5 million in assets compared to 384,000 in total liabilities. Like I said, with a tiny $5 or $6 million market cap, have double that with cash on hand, triple that in total assets, have that fully funded $8 million, 60,000 square foot facility that they are about to start producing these boats in. And not only that, they have confirmed a $12 million 100 unit order for their electric boat. So you basically put all that into their tiny 5 million, you compare it to their tiny $5 million market cap, and they are extremely undervalued, especially if you consider that they have not diluted a single share in it, basically in the last year. And then ever since 2022, basically since the end of Q2 2022, have only diluted around 5 million shares. And like I said, in the last year, the outstanding share count has not changed, and they have a very low cash burn rate, only losing basically $1 million each quarter. And I would imagine they do have very large startup costs, but they do have fully funded that facility, and they actually produce these boats in-house. They do this through Twin V Powercast, which is a majority shareholder and also a publicly owned company. So that's also very good to see. And not only that, like I said, aren't burning that much cash, are only losing $1.1 million pretty much each quarter, just around that amount for the last few quarters, losing around $1 million in net income, are very minimal cash burn the last few quarters. And they are actually right now, during this time period, are about to start generating their first ever revenue. Like I said, have that giant order. So this is one you have to watch that is severely undervalued based off everything I'm telling you right now. Looking on their website, these FRZA X1 boats, I think they have 2 different versions, up to 5 hours runtime, 180 horsepower peak power, up to, they go up to 40 miles per hour. They are currently under construction for their 60,000 square foot facility, which will have the capacity to produce approximately 550 units each year. Our estimated $8 million cost of construction is fully funded, and their goal is to open the facility debt-free. That's very key right there, so definitely have to keep that in mind. The factory is strategically located in McDowell County on the side of a mountain with an adjacent testing lake for their electric boats. The factory will be a major milestone to ramp up their production and beginning manufacturing and selling electric boats throughout the U.S. They're also working with major national bank and insurance companies to secure loan and insurance packages for their products as they go to the market. They have an app on the App Store for owners to have a true EV experience. As you can see, they did get this 100 unit boat order, plan to launch these, and they want to start delivering these in Q2 of 2024, which is right now. And they also want to have their factory completed by Q3 2024, which is coming up. So they actually are about to start delivering these boats, which should start showing revenue, their first ever revenue, which is a very big catalyst, have multiple catalysts coming up on this timeline. So that's something you have to really look at. Like I said, the first revenue should start coming as of right now at any moment. $5 or $6 million market cap, 15.8 million outstanding shares, and I believe this has not changed in almost a year. So this is looking good, and basically half of these are held by insiders. So the float is sitting at 8 million shares, which is very good, and something to look at is they did lose compliance and had a deadline in April, but on their last 10Q filing, they basically had until April 1st, 2024 to regain compliance with the NASDAQ, and they're talking about basically when the stock price goes under $1 for 30 consecutive days, a company will lose compliance, and then they have 180 days to basically regain compliance. They can lose compliance multiple ways. This can be with shareholder equity if this falls below 2.5 million, I believe, or they can also, if they have net income or a certain market cap, that can basically be one of those 3 things they have to have. But in this case, obviously the stock price fell below $1. They lost compliance, but then they were granted a 180-day extension, it looks like. So basically they have until September 30th, 2024 to regain compliance. And they do say they intend to actively monitor the bid price of the common stock and will consider available options to regain compliance with the NASDAQ listing requirements, including such actions as affecting a reverse stock split. So that's negative, but they do have until September 30th, 2024 to try to organically get this one up to $1 plus and hold over that for 10 consecutive days before this deadline of September 30th to regain compliance organically. So that is something to look at. They do not have to do a reverse split until that date, or basically that's the deadline for them to regain compliance with this extension. So that's something to keep an eye out for with FRZA. So currently this stock is trading at 38 cents as of right now. It is down 76% in the last year. It looks like in the last 5 years, it looks like this one was trading at $6 just in 2022. Has been beaten all the way down. Currently trading is probably at the 52-week low. Actually says the 52-week low is 33 cents, but we're just around that level. But this is one to watch as they're actually about to start generating their first ever revenue, have multiple catalysts, expecting to finish their facility, which will help them increase production. So that's very positive. Definitely keep an eye out for any PRs coming up, and let me know in the comments what other plays you're watching and what you think of FRZA X1 Inc., ticker FRZA, and I will see you on the next video.